Good evening. My name is Nick Robinson. I practice law at Bradshaw and Robinson here in Pittsburgh. I'm happy to be here before you tonight. I'm here on behalf of a client of ours, General Shale, Inc. and General Shale Brick, Inc. And they have some specific concerns that they wanted me to address by reading this letter into the record. Dear Honorable Commissioners, this letter is to request that parcels owned by General Shale, Inc., ACPAR parcel number 10156, and General Shale Brick, Inc., ACPAR parcel number 67072, the General Shale parcels, if they are to be zoned at all, and they did receive a letter, that they be zoned as heavy industrial rather than as the proposed R1 designation. Both of these properties have been and are currently in use as shale mining sites, mining by a surface removal method. And I have a copy of my letter, and I'll attach a copy of a business designation form for each of those properties. Zoning them to residential classification of R1 would be, I think, fairly obviously discordant with their current actual use and their likely use for the foreseeable future. We do not agree that designating these properties as non-conforming uses is appropriate or fair under the circumstances. In 2007, as a point of history, some of you were here, the county undertook a similar zoning process for certain highway corridors in Chatham County, seeking to apply residential zoning to those corridors. Two of those parcels were owned by affiliates of General Shale, and I was here for them on that at that time as well. And as part of the process, and this is interesting to remember, the county initiated a process, a parallel process, by which affected landowners with existing businesses could have their land zoned to a corresponding zoning classification that matched the existing use at that time. So in both cases, the General Shale affiliate chose to have their affected land zoned as heavy industrial at that time. And the county actually, I thought, very respectfully and appropriately reached out to the businesses in the county that were in this category and assisted them. Called the public hearing. I think George Lucier was the chairman of the Board of Commissioners at that time, and had anybody who wanted their business to be zoned for the use that it was presently being used for to come in and have their opportunity to speak to that and have it rezoned. And so in both of those cases I referred you to in 2007, the General Shale affiliate chose to have their affected land be zoned as heavy industrial, and it was. If the county does determine to zone these two properties I'm talking about tonight, General Shale respectfully requests that their land be accorded the same treatment and that General Shale be given the option to agree to heavy industrial zoning for those two parcels. As a significant employer and taxpayer in Chatham County, we appreciate your consideration and seek your approval of this request. And I would just ask, sort of less formally than in the letter, that as a board, and then also the planning board, I'm delighted to see that many of you are here tonight, that you take up this concept of giving the existing business owners an opportunity to request that they not be shunted into some category of residential when they're already business, and not be stuck with the vagaries of not knowing whether their non-conforming use will be allowed or not. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.